Well, welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. Today we are going to take a look at the Aera Elvira Optica. The bug eye. I think it looks like a dragonfly. At any rate, we're going to talk a little bit about the airframe. And we're going to jump over to coastal Carolina in New Bern, and we're going to have a quick fly. We'll do a cold and dark startup. It's easy to start. All right, let's have at it. Okay. So what would you want to know about the Optica? Well, let's see. British aircraft. Lightweight design, low speed observation work is its principal design purpose. And was also intended to be a lower cost alternative to helicopters. And the design work on this one was done by John Edgley in the mid 1970s. And first flight was in December of 1979. A 270-degree panoramic view out of the cockpit. So it is perfect for observation, photography, and tourist flights. Interestingly enough, only 22 of these were made. Well, there we go. All right, so what else would you want to know? Capable of 3 folks. 26 feet 9 inches on length, 39 feet 4 inches on wingspan, 7 feet 7 inches on height, 170.5 square feet wing area, and empty weight of 2,090 pounds. And it is very, very stable to fly, for sure. All right, performance data. Let's take a look at that. Maximum speed, 132 miles an hour, 115 knots. Cruising speed, 81. So loitering speed at 40% power. Kind of interesting. So loiter speed, if I'm remembering correctly, is minimum fuel consumption. So it's got quite a long endurance rate at the 40% power rating. I think it's 8 hours. Yeah, that's what we've got here on the slide. It's 8 hours. Range 570 nautical miles. Service ceiling 14,000 feet. It does have a reasonable rate of climb, 810 feet a minute. But there you go. I thought this was interesting. I was inspired to do this video by some folks over on Virtual Flight Online who did a group flight. Looked quite interesting. And this is one of the ones I had on my to-do list. So this was just a motivation to go ahead and get it done. All right, speaking of getting done, let's go ahead and switch over to coastal Carolina and New Bern, and we will get this plane started up, and we'll be on our way, and we'll come back for a landing. All right, right back. Okay, so we're sitting on the ramp here at in New Bern at coastal Carolina, and we can just kind of have a walk around here with the bug eye of the Optica. It is just it's a bizarre looking plane. Just a quick and friendly reminder, remember to take your pitot cover off. Then you won't have an airspeed indicator. And if you'd like to taxi, you also need to remove the chocks, and then there are also inspection points here, which I have turned off at the moment. Anyway, the texturing is pretty good for a built-in aircraft. I would say it's on par or on average with what we would expect with something built into the sim. Could be better, but I'm being very picky here. Okay, so the name of the game with this, as we did mention in the intro, is Low and Slow. It's tourist photography, reconnaissance kind of stuff. Only a limited number of these are made, so anyway, definitely an aviation oddity, I guess. All right, let's jump in the plane. Okay, so here we are inside the aircraft. All right, let's go ahead and do a mindful run through of our camera views here. So shift 1 puts us to our main control panel here. And while we're here, we might as well go ahead and cut the lights, the generator, and the fuel pump on. And we'll also cut on, I'll cut on the navigation lights. And we'll cut on the panel. That'll get that going. Make sure you open the fuel valve. Mixture and throttle controller between the two seats here. So crack the throttle. Mixture is already good. And you do have trim wheels here in the middle as well. Parking brake is here. All right, we'll go ahead and cut our avionics on. Easy for me to say. Let that get synchronized. All right, we should be able to do a start. Okay, here we go. Here we go with the keys. So this magneto and starter actually works as intended. If you just click on the keys in the G36, it seems to start. At any rate, I know that several of the folks over on Virtual Flight Online did a group flight in these, and they had a blast. So that was motivation for me to go ahead and do this video, along with the poll that I put up on the YouTube channel. So thank you for participating in the poll. I do those periodically, so please check the post section of the site. I do use it. So we are knocking this one off the punch list. All right, let's jump outside. It looks good. I am happy to report that I am experiencing better performance today with 24. I did go back and reinstall my drivers. We'll see if that's helpful or not. So far, knock on wood, no crash to desktop today. So that's great. I'll take it. All right, jump back inside the plane here. Get our parking brake off. Get ourselves turned away from the ground crew. All right. We'll jump outside here. Make our way over to the taxiway. There we go. It really does look like a Dragonfly. Ground handling is quite good. All right, we're out here on the active, so we're on runway 14. Okay. Jump back inside the plane here and roll it up. We'll take a little trip up the river. And we're off. It's very, very stable. Come back on the throttle here and see how it behaves at a lower airspeed. See what it's like to loiter. Yeah, very, very stable. Which is also something that I would have expected. Oh, this is very good. This would be perfect for a low and slow group flight. Might have to do part of the Grand Canyon again with this. Alright, so performance characteristics with that's good. Let's add some horsepower here and gain some altitude. And we'll proceed down the highway here for a minute, and then we'll turn back over toward the river, and then we'll make our approach back into New Bern. Alright, so there's the airfield off our 9 o'clock. And we'll just make it over to the far side of the riverbank here, and then we'll turn and make our downwind. Or excuse me, our base. We're coming off a downwind. All right, good view here of the river and the marsh. We're trucking along at 100. Come back on our airspeed here. I'll go ahead and start losing some altitude. Well, I have to be honest, I really wasn't expecting to to enjoy this, but the views are just great. And it's quite easy to fly. I think stall speed for this is right around 40. Interesting to see how stable it is at that low of a pace. We'll give ourselves another 30 seconds or so before we turn. Yep, that ought to be good. And it's quite refreshing to see cars going on the bridge instead of under. Yeah, this is a little bit more of a 45-degree angle here, but that's okay. We're fine. We are not in a hurry. Simworthy, absolutely. Happy that Microsoft included this in the standard edition. The cockpit definitely is a helicopter layout inspired construction here. All right, drop some flap here. Interesting, the stall alarm was going off 47. But with flaps, we should be fine. Anyway, just kind of feeling my way out on this one. But I am definitely going to be planning some group flights around this. Along with our hot air balloon rally we're going to do in April. That should be fun. I'll put something up on the YouTube channel about that, and then there's also an event already set up over on Virtual Flight Online. That talks about the event. Okay. We're down. All right, there we go. I'm going to go back and take a look at the poll and see what the second most popular vote getter was. We'll consider doing that. Maybe I'll do a new poll and just drop this one off. There you have it, the Aera Elvira Optica. Please like and subscribe. Love to have you as a channel subscriber. And I hope everybody is keeping well. I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for joining. Cheers, y'all.